Triathlon is an endurance sport. The shortest event might be called a super sprint, but it actually involves very little, if any, actual sprinting. So you might be wondering why you'd ever want to include any explosive training in your program. Well, today we're here at Team Bath delving into plyometrics.
So let me explain. Plyometrics, or explosive activities, are really useful to us as triathletes, and they're defined as an activity which enables the muscle to reach maximal force in the shortest possible time.
Plyometric exercises are loading your muscles with your body weight whilst they're lengthened and then expecting them to shorten as fast as possible. Well, repeatedly putting this forceful contraction on your muscles is going to result in them getting stronger, and we all know that having good leg strength is important for cycling and running.
You might have heard the term contact speed in running, and this is the amount of time that our foot spends on the ground. Watch elite runners of any distance and you'll notice how quickly their foot leaves the ground after landing. This improves their efficiency as they're retaining more energy from each foot strike and also reduces how much deceleration. And as a whole, that has a positive effect on their running gait.
Plyometric exercises are going to fire up and activate all of those smaller intrinsic muscles that support your foot and lower leg, as well as activating the larger muscles and helping to get them fire in the right pattern when it comes to your gait. This isn't just going to make you more efficient as a runner, so it's going to make you less prone to injury and as a result be able to run for longer and probably faster.
Good form and concentration is required for these exercises, as is a really thorough warm-up, and that's because you're loading and expecting the muscles to contract and work as hard and fast as possible.
When done correctly and incorporated into your triathlon training program, you should start to see significant improvements in your overall performance pretty soon. Well, today we have selected 5 plyometric exercises that we're going to be running you through. Single leg square hops are as they sound. You're going to be hopping into the 4 corners of a square. So start off by standing on your right leg, then picture that there's a square in front of you and you're going to hop forwards to that top right hand corner, landing firmly on your right leg, making sure you've got your balance. From there, you're going to hop onto your left leg to the next corner. From here, you're going to hop backwards, landing again on your left leg. And then finally, you're going to hop onto your right leg back to where you started from. Once you've got your balance in there, you're going to reverse the direction, so you're going to go back in a clockwise direction around the square. So hopping from right to left leg, hold it. Left, forwards, landing on your left leg. Then across, landing on your right leg, and then finally a hop backwards, so you land on your right leg and you finish off where you started. Now you want to complete 3 whole loops in both directions, so a total of 6 of the squares, then have a rest for 60 seconds. Once you've rested, repeat it again and try and do this for 3 to 4 times.
The depth jump is a plyometric exercise that almost all athletes can benefit from. So to begin with, we're going to aim for sets of 8 to 10 reps and do those sets 2 to 3 times. As a progression to that, we can increase the number of reps that we do in the set, or we can increase the number of sets we do, but keeping the reps per set the same. From a standing position on a small box, jump onto the ground and land in a squat position. React as quickly as possible to the ground to spring back up into the air as high as you can. As your feet hit the ground, swing your arms vigorously upwards to add extra speed and power to your jump. Step back up onto the box and repeat the process.
This one's actually a running drill, and its target is to improve your contact time, so reduce the time that your foot spends on the ground. Now for this, you need to run with your legs as straight as possible, trying to land purely on the balls of your feet. So it's really going to activate your calf muscles, your hamstrings, and your glutes, which will be needed to propel you forward. So your posterior chain, all the muscles down the backs of your legs. And it's also going to require some coordination, because you really will need your arms to help propel you forwards. For this exercise, you want to concentrate on having stiff ankles and stiff feet, so you're really thinking about reducing that contact time. And when it's done well, if you're running on a track or a hard surface, you should hear a really nice clear sound. Now for this, I want you to try and do 40 meters of it and then jog out for a further 20 meters and walk back to the beginning, and then repeat each one 5 times.
When starting out with box jumps, it's really important that we start with lower heights and increase those as we progress. If we go too high too quick, we're going to really hurt our shins very fast. So that being said, let's give it a go. Begin in a squat position in front of your chosen box height. Lower your body down and then spring up onto the box, swinging your arms to increase your momentum. Land on the balls of your feet in a slightly squatted position and hold your balance solid for a good second or two. As you improve, you can increase the height of the platform to jump up onto. To get started for our session, we can start with sets of say 8 to 10 reps and do those for 2 to 3 sets with as much recovery as you need between those sets. And as a progression, we can do more reps per set and we can do more sets. But what we can also do is increase the height of our box. As an alternative to numbers of reps in a set, we can work on a period of time. I'd suggest 45 to 60 seconds of continuous jumping, and you can do that for 2, 3, 4 sets, as many as you can cope with. Again, just recovering as much as you need between sets. And a further progression is the different heights and blocks.
This is another running drill that doubles up as a plyometric exercise, and it's basically over-exaggerated running with the aim to spend as much time in the air as possible. So you're going to start off by running and then start to increase your stride length. Now you're thinking about trying to get high and long with each stride whilst maintaining your core, but also really using your arms to drive you forwards. Bounding upstairs is another useful way to work on the explosive power required in your running. So just find a nice clear space of stairs and make sure that they're not slippery and they're spaced an appropriate amount apart, and then aim to do 6 strides at a time, but really concentrating on form and stop before you lose your form. And when it comes back to the flat again, you want a nice open space. Start by jogging and building into the bounding strides. Aim to do 50 meters, or again until you feel your form is starting to dip slightly, and then just walk back to the beginning and repeat it 4 times.
Intervals might seem like the obvious way to build speed, but plyometric training teaches our muscles and tendons to act like springs, which in turn brings an extra element of speed to our toolbox, which can only help us get to that finish line on race day quicker.
Yeah, and on another note, injuries are one of the most frustrating, limiting factors for most athletes. So anything that can help prevent those has got to be seen as a positive. And also plyometric training just helps to activate all of those smaller intrinsic muscles, so making you generally stronger and more injury resistant. Well, if you've liked this, hit the thumb up like button, and to get all of our videos at GTN, just hit the globe to subscribe. And if you like the look of these t-shirts or any of the other GTN kit, you can just click on the link for the shop to go and buy your own. And if you want to see a video on HIIT style workouts designed specifically for triathletes, you can find that by clicking here.
If you want to see a further video about how to improve your run cadence, click here.